Well, our guest speaker for this month, he came on and he's done a fantastic job. I mean, he started us off at the beginning of the month. And I just want to say thank you because he just did such a fantastic job. He did such a fantastic job even last week when he got on here and he talked about, what did he talk about? Sort. He talked the significance of sorting. And the week before that, he talked about an incredible topic, which was going out and showing people how to build their business. And I know his goal is to buy his lovely wife a beautiful home there in Summersville, South Carolina, get himself a brand new Porsche, and also get front seat tickets at Coldplay, wherever they choose to go. I would go up and down when I was going to South Carolina, he said, man, why are you paying a hotel room when you're only there 2 hours to sleep, take a shower and come back out again, sleep on the couch. And I slept on his couch many nights. And we'd go up and down the highways of South Carolina, up and down, hours and hours and hours, sun up and sun down. And he understands what it means to build a team. He was like a senior vice president in our previous company, and he's just blowing it up. He will be RVP first part of next year. He's already on. He's on track for that. RVP, RD himself, his wife's RD is Reggie Larson's RD. I mean, they're popping them. They're popping them. And every week he's putting in 6 or 7 new IBOs. So without further ado, I would say if I were you, I would definitely take out a notepad and pen, a pluma, and start taking some notes. Without further ado, from South Carolina, the head of Crew Organization, Mr. Curtis Evans.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Great. I'm really glad to hear you. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'm really happy to be here with you today. We only got a couple more days before this promotion's over. We are hoping they're going to hold it next month, but we can't guarantee it. I've seen a lot of people that do not really get to understand a promotion until the last day or two of the promotion. Sometimes the next month after the promotion's over with, and then you look back, you say, "What was I doing? What was I doing last month?" Because really you didn't understand the gravity of the promotion, what they were trying to do. In all cases, we need customers. And a way to get customers is with IBOs. We all know that. If the company could put an ad on the billboard, if they could put it, and they can, if they could put an ad on TV, and they can, if they could put an article in the newspaper, and they can, they could put something on the internet, and they can, and it brought customers to them. Brought not just customers, but I'm going to use the L word, loyal customers. If they had customers coming to them, sticky customers, loyal customers that would come to them, they would need us. They would not need us. All they do is put an ad on TV. They put something in the newspaper. They would do something out there on the internet, and customers would come in, and that's what they want. They wouldn't need us. So you got to ask yourself, why do they need us? Okay. Why do they need us so bad? It's because we bring on customers that stick. People don't switch out and move, and the attrition rate is really great. So that's the nature of our business. Now, that's the nature of the business that ACM runs, and we're part of that organization. Actually, we're part of Al's organization, one of, if not the biggest organization in the company. And so when you get on, or you have someone, you show them the business, show them the video, show them something, get with your upline, the person that you're working with, so that they can help you. So now they know you know the business, and they know it's something to this, and they talk to someone else. You edified somebody. That's what we all fill the sheets out for. You edified somebody, and you got them on. Now they know you're not crazy. They're ready to go on to the next step. Okay, so that's very important. But keep in mind, this is a company about customers. Okay, bringing customers on board, and as you grow through the business, your business plan is already set out for you. If you went to a bank to borrow money at the bank, they're going to want to see your business plan. You're going to have a detailed business plan. It's going to show what you're going to do the first year. You lost some money, second year, lost money, third year. That's typical of a business. But they're going to also want to know, what do you plan to do on your 5th year? And what do you plan to do in your 10th year? They're going to see if you want to scale it. And so before they lend you $1 million, $500,000, to 50,000, or two, and I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be well over $100,000 anymore to get something started. So when you look at the cost of starting a business, $100,000 that you have to come up with, that means you have to mortgage your house, sell a couple of cars, 2 children to get into the business, right? Then you see the value of a business like ours that only costs what? A couple $100 to get started. Okay, so you're doing somebody a favor. Somebody was praying last night that somebody would show them, they want to run into somebody that had a business. They want to do something big, but they didn't know what it was. They had no idea. They prayed, or they said, I got to get out of this mess I'm in, or I'm tired of this job, or I hurt my leg again, and I got 5 occurrences. If I get one more, they're going to let me go. They go to bed with problems. I'm going to tell you a little secret. You sleep better with money. You sleep better with money, okay? You don't sleep good without money. It's just different kind of sleep. It's a whole completely different type of sleep. People said, I didn't sleep good last night. Well, the car, are they going to take it away? Or I'm 1 month behind on my house payment. The utility bill is due Thursday. I have no idea where I'm going to get that money from. You just don't sleep good with no money. People that have money, they sleep good. They sleep all night long, okay? They wake up rested. They sleep good. I went down with Al, had me go down, or invited me to go down to Panama. When I went down to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, I saw all the co-founders. Everybody was down there working out. Everybody's happy as Jay Bird. They well slept. They were having a great time. What I'm telling you is, you sleep better with money. I'll give you another example. Let's say you have a security service at your house, a vivid service at your house, and let's say you couldn't get it for credit reasons or money reasons, whatever. You sleep better with a security service, don't you? Have you ever had a security service and then you didn't have one? I mean, you thought the door was locked and you wake up in the middle of the night with no security service. Did I lock that door? Or some people have heard people walking around in the room out there taking TVs and all kinds of things out their house. You sleep better with money. So why are we in this business? Well, number one, we came in to create income. We all came in to create income. That's why we're in the business. So I want to help you to understand that if you came into business to create income, what are the 4 types of income? What are the 4 types of, you need to know this. And I want you to do a self-evaluation today. When I do this, I want you to do a self-evaluation of the 4 types of income. Okay, there's 4 types. There's 4 types of work. Now, when we go to school, we went to school from kindergarten all the way through college and maybe through your master's degree. They taught you one type of income, and that is when you get this degree, when you get this diploma, you go out there and find you a good job, okay? That's one type of income. And don't ever, ever, ever leave that what? Job. And try to retire on that what? Job. And that's what they told us. They told everybody that, everybody on this call. I mean, your 1st grade teacher, if you don't do your homework, you're not going to get a good job. 6th grade teacher, if you don't know math, if you don't know history, you don't know science, you're not going to get a good job. And so we study. And then we went out in the real world and we tried that. We tried the experiment. The experiment wasn't so good. It didn't work out so good. Did it? Because I can't sleep. Why can't I sleep? Because I ain't got no money. And you can't sleep well, right? So how do you sleep well in network marketing? How do you sleep well in network marketing? Get yourself promoted. Join a system. The network marketing has a system, especially this company. They have a system. Here's a system. System is you get into business and an hour and a half after you're in, you're CQ'd up, okay? I'm gonna get CQ today if it hurts. I'm gonna get CQ today, okay? And a week later, 2 weeks later, I'm making this up now, 2 weeks later, depending on your skill set and where you are, you wanna become an ETL. And then over the next couple of months, you wanna set your business up so that you can promote yourself to what? A regional director, okay? And I'm telling you this because if you're not telling your people this, they don't have a career plan. That's the career plan. That's the business plan that ACN gave us. They said, you come in, so what? You're in. Did you get any customers? You're good. You're CQ. Did you go to ETL? You got over 30 points, you and your group. Yes, you that. Okay, that's your career path. The next one is R&D. My next promotion is RVP. My partner and I, we made a commitment to get there by March 1st. I'm calling it out there, so we're going to get it done. Okay, so that's the career. And then after that, you rest a little bit, go get some water, go outside, get some fresh air. And then you come back in and you start working on your next job. My next job would be a SVP. And so wherever you are, it doesn't matter where you are today. Just know that your job is to get to the next promotion level. Okay, now, if you understand the compensation plan properly, then you're going to teach, not only bring people into business, but make sure your new people know the compensation plan. You're actually cheating a new person if they don't understand that they have to go to CQ. They have to go to ETL. They have to go to RD. Now, the people that did that made all this crazy money, I mean, you say, well, I wish I would have got in when Al got in. I wish I would have got in when Pat and Mike Mazur got in. I wish I would have got in when Joshua got in. I wish I would have got in when somebody got in, okay? I wish I would have got in then. I'm gonna tell you, with the mindset that if we had the wrong mindset, it wouldn't matter when you got in. If your mindset is not correct, it doesn't matter when you got in. Let me give you an example. How many people had $1,000 in 2011? $1,000. Everybody had $1,000 in 2011. You could have sold something and you could sell your spare tire and the dog and got $1,000, right? Okay, if you had $1,000 in 2011 and you invested that $1,000 in Tesla stock, which was at the time running at $10 or $5 a share, I think it was $12 a share. I can't remember. Okay, and today that same $1,000 would be worth what? Tesla stock is selling at $1,200 a share. Now, I can't even count how much money you'd have now. It's well over a few million dollars from just $1,000. So you can ask a question. If I was in 2011, what would I do if I knew the Tesla stock? Well, you wouldn't have done nothing. You would have went and bought something crazy and went on about your business. So, sometimes we think if we were back there, we would have done this. And that's why I'm not where I want to be now. Well, now you're where you are now. 10 years from now, you're going to say, oh, after the pandemic, all those people looking for something to do and I didn't say anything. I always say this about slavery. It was something that happened in the South primarily years ago. People say if I was back in the South, I would never put up with all that. You probably would have. You probably would have put up with all that, whatever it was, And there's some other atrocities that happen around the world, especially in Germany. If I was over there, I would have ran. I would never let them do. You probably would have. Because of what? Mindset. It's not you bad. It's just a mindset. And that mindset I just described is someone that, and Jesus talked about it. He said, shake the dust off your feet because you can't change somebody. It's hard to change somebody's mindset. So what I want you to do today is take inventory of your mindset. If you take inventory of yours, don't worry about everybody else. Take inventory of your mindset. And I got a short video that we're going to show you to help you with your mindset. It takes 6 minutes, and I have 6 minutes. So we're going to show a short video, and I want you to take notes. So I'm going to give you a few seconds before Jabri sticks it in. And I want you to get something to write with because you need to write this down. Now, I don't want you to be thinking about everybody else, although it's going to be your nature to think about other people and how they got to where they are. This is not for me to tell you about you. This is for you to talk to yourself. So when you wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, looking at the ceiling, trying to figure out why don't I have that money for that utility bill tomorrow? It's probably because somebody talked you into a job. Somebody talked you into going and getting a really good education, spending a lot of money and time, getting a good education, going on a job. And it is just not good. I remember a German guy told me one time, made this really good. He told me, he said his father, who was in a concentration camp, got out. He said, if you're in the soup line, don't be in the soup line because your boss man made a mistake. Your boss man made a mistake and you're in the soup line. He said, if you're in the soup line, be in the soup line because you made a mistake. You made a mistake is the reason you're in the soup line because you're going to learn from that. You won't be there no more. But if the boss man made a mistake, you're going to leave that soup line, go get another job, and some other boss are going to do something. So I want you to understand the differences in the different types of money that's out there. Now, we've only been trained on one. So, Jabri, if you could, go ahead and run 6 minutes of this video. Okay.
Hey there, powerful people, and thanks for having me Practical Psychology. Today we discover the cash flow quadrant from Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is mainly known for his best-selling book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and the cash flow quadrant continues where Rich Dad Poor Dad stopped. But what is the cash flow quadrant? Basically, we have 4 quadrants, the E, the S, the B, and finally the I quadrant. E stands for employee, or as Robert says, people that have a job. On the bottom left, we have the S, for self-employed or the small business owner. The self-employed is not having a job, he is the job. On the top right, we have the big business of around 500 people. The business owner is not having a job, neither is he the job himself. The business owner has or owns a system. Lastly, at the bottom right, we have the investor. The investor lets money work for him. Each of these categories has advantages, but also disadvantages, and our society needs all of them. We can become rich in all 4 quadrants, and we can also remain poor in all 4 quadrants. But it's easier to become rich when you're working on the right side. In addition, each of these quadrants comes with an entirely different mindset and varying priorities. The employee, for example, values job security and professional benefits like health insurance. He gets a paycheck every month, and this security is more important to him than being financially free. Freelancers and self-employed people, on the other hand, value their personal freedom. They hate working for a boss. They crave to be their own boss. Independence has the highest priority. Business owners ask themselves, who can I pay to do the job for me? Outsourcing and creating financial freedom is up on their priority list. Finally, the investor, he already owns a substantial amount of money and asks himself, where can I put my money in order to benefit the most? Money makes more money is his philosophy. We can split the quadrants in the middle. On the left side, we mainly have hourly wages. People work and get paid for it. If there are no working hours, then there's no money. The employee might be covered by his contract, but if the self-employed person becomes sick, then there is no income stream. Furthermore, the left side is based on the industrial age. Getting a college degree and a secure job was sound advice back then. The problem is, we're not living in the industrial age anymore. Times have changed, yet, for some weird reason, the advice remained the same. Many professions from the left side are slowly but surely dying. They get replaced through technology or outsourced to another country. Eventually, people have to go through education again and find another profession. So why not use this opportunity to educate yourself on the right side instead of remaining on the left side? Business owners and investors create passive income. The business owner lets his system work and the investor lets his money work. If they leave for a week, they still make money, and more often than not, the income actually increases. A strong business is a working system, therefore it grows without special attention. The employees ensure quality and growth. We already said that each quadrant requires different mindsets and also different skills. The self-employed person is often a perfectionist, doing everything himself, while the business owner needs the ability to lead his employees and the skill of closing deals. If we now intend to move quadrants because another quadrant seems so much better, then we need to not only learn the required skills, we also need to develop a completely new money-making mentality. Depending on how long we've been in a quadrant, this can be incredibly hard. Kiyosaki describes it as being addicted to a mindset. A smoke addict needs not only internal motivation, but also immense support from outside or a wake-up call from the doctor. He needs to change his mindset, otherwise he's stuck with a bad habit. Escaping his smoking habit becomes substantially harder the longer he has it and the longer he remains within the circle of smoking friends. A change of mindset is crucial and can't be stressed enough. When we stick to the philosophy of an hourly wage, then we are in no way moving towards financial freedom or the right side of the quadrants. The right side uses money to make more money instead of using time to make money. Those are two opposing worldviews. Without realizing this, we will be stuck in one quadrant. Often, people try to act like rich people. They try to act like a muscular athlete. They try to act like they are living in a healthy relationship. But action is not everything. Neglecting the mindset is not getting you anywhere. If you want to lose weight and become healthy, then following a strict diet and exercise plan might work for a couple weeks, at best. But eventually, you'll fall back into your old nasty habits because you forgot to adapt the right mindset. Kiyosaki is not suggesting radical, sudden changes. Instead, he recommends changing your mindset, remaining in your current quadrant and slowly but surely educating yourself on the other quadrants. Being in one quadrant is like standing on one leg your entire life. Job security might seem like a great thing, but a look from outside reveals how risky it is to remain in one quadrant. Instead of standing on one leg, focus on two quadrants and make sure that one of these quadrants is on the right side, because the right side is making the real money. Also, he recommends moving to the business quadrant before going to the investing quadrant. While being in the business quadrant, we develop our leading skills and we begin to recognize good opportunities. Exactly, this ability is essential when moving to the investor quadrant. You will be able to distinguish between an excellent and a mediocre business. You'll discover the differences between the leaders and therefore you will make better investments.
Okay, what do you think? Did it make sense? Okay, so now we all know where we come from. We all went through kindergarten all the way through however far you got through school, okay? It's just simply amazing that college can't be the only answer. Now, I would say if I went into the hospital today, I want a surgeon that has a degree working on me, okay? It's just the way it is. So I'm not saying college is bad. I'm not saying knocking it out, but I am saying this. It's designed for you to go get a job or maybe even a better job. Okay. And if you knew how, I was in HR for a lot of years, if you knew how scary these jobs are, there's somebody somewhere trying to figure out how to get rid of 10 people a day, 20 people a day, 30 people this week, 100 people this year. They merged two companies so they can get rid of one something. Okay, they can become a more profitable business. Those pressures are against you all day long. Somebody's trying to get rid of you all the time. They want to make their business more profitable. Now, when you sign it for $199 into ACN, okay, and pay $25 a month, you're jumped to the right-hand side of the quadrant. You are automatically on the right-hand side of the quadrant. You are now in big business. You don't have a little store in your little town trying to sell t-shirts or jeans. You now are selling t-shirts and jeans all over the world, all of the United States, in every city, state, and country. You are selling whatever your product, or the product we have here, which is mobile phones, energy, all the products that we have, security services, all the products that we have are worldwide. So you are now in big business. So don't take the $199 and don't pay attention to it, because it only costs $199. You might say, if it works, it works. If it don't work, it don't work. That is a poor man's mentality. You put your $199 and you can start something that's going to be huge, huge for you and your family, but you rated it on the fact that it only costs $199. So if it works, it works. If it don't work, it don't work. I'll go into something else. And that's a big mistake. Also, in network marketing, specifically with ACN, you have a system, a track to run on. And I talked about the track earlier. They got a system. Go to what? CQ, then what? ETL, then what? RD. If you want to get to RD, you get 4 people to an event. If the fastest way to get to RD is to get 4 people to an event, I would tell anybody. And Sam Foster gave a great example the other day. He's from Dallas. I guess he's from Dallas because he was there with us when he got there, and somebody he know and his family was there, right? It was a perfect example. I went to the funeral. I saw the whole thing go down. Thank you, Sam. So what I want to say is, you get 4 people to come to an event so they can see what you see. I'm not talking about 4 IBOs that never went to the event. 4 people come to an event and you're well on your way to RVP, okay? If you can teach those 4 people when they have the next event to bring some more people. So you ask Al to bring 10, 15, 20 people to the next event. You ask Curtis to bring 10 or 15 people to the next event. You ask Sam Foster to bring 10 or 15 people to the event. You ask Jabri to bring 10 or 15 people to the next event. And that's all we did, was worked on that, okay? You knocked out your 100 points, right? You're on it. Now, the 100 points, you got to get on that. But watch this. If we did that, you are so close to RVP, it's scary. It is absolutely scary. It is scary, because when the people went to the event, they saw what you saw. Don't come back and say, I'll tell you what happened when I get back. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Somebody showing you a video of what happened when you got back. It doesn't work. You have to be at the event. And so what that call is investing some money in yourself. It's going to cost you some money for a room. More than likely, you're going to be a room with 4 or 5 guys and 4 or 5 girls. You're going to be in a van. I got to get a van this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the team here in Orangeburg going to Atlanta. We may have to get 2, but that's what it's going to take to do what? You got to get people to an event. If you can't get people to the event, and you watch, that's why you see top money earners in no matter what company, they never missed an event. And you said, well, I got to work this weekend, or my brother is sick, or my cousin in California is not feeling good, or my daughter's birthday is today. If you want to do something for your daughter, and that's your daughter, you do what you want. I shouldn't tell you this part. I go to the event with 4 people. If you want to do something for your daughter, get to the event with 4 people, okay? If you really want to do something, or you want to sit there and watch her cut a cake in half, or get a slice of cake, she's 2 years old. She don't know about no cake. If you want to do something for your daughter, go to the event and take some people along. Learn to do that. Remember, Muhammad Ali was a great fighter. He was an excellent fighter. He did really, really well. But he had this guy with some long hair. I can't remember his name. A promoter. and he was good at promoting events. He made a lot of money and he never got hit. Okay. So when you get to the event, I want you to sit there with your people so they can see what you see. And then that's how you work that quadrant, that big B quadrant. If you want to know what to do in that big B quadrant, that's what you do. If you want to get up the ladder fast, you want to know how in the world ABC got to senior RD real quick, or how did they get to RVP real quick? They had a lot of people at the event, 4 or 5 people in this leg, 4 or 5 people in that leg, 4 or 5 people in that leg, and a month later, 2 months later, they were RDs. They did that over and over and over again, then they were RVPs. Okay, and Sam told you right. Sam told you exactly right. Now our problem is that we're doing what? We're sorting people wrong. So Sam's wife said she probably wouldn't be interested in that business because they're doing really well. They got a nice house, they got a nice car, they got a nice dog, got a nice cat, they got a nice everything. They probably wouldn't be interested in that business. If those 4 quadrants that I told you, if you would have showed that business to them, Sam, and I'm saying Sam to me, because I got people in my business I got people just like Sam that did. If you show them those 4, if they know about those 4 quadrants, they're making that much money, they know about those 4 quadrants, okay? And they'll see the power and the size and scope of our business. So you need to go show them. The people that you're trying to get, their brain is messed up. So their mindset's messed up. And so you're trying to get them, this round person, into a square hole. So initially, when you're sorting people, don't get upset if they're not interested, because you're a waiter, you're in a restaurant, you walked up to Al and you said, what? Mr. Thomas, would you like some coffee? He said, yeah, I'll take some. You poured some for Mr. Thomas. And then you went to Daryl Ransom. He said, Mr. Daryl, would you like some coffee? He said, I don't want any coffee and don't ask me again. Because he's allergic to coffee. He don't like coffee. You take your apron off and quit. You quit because he didn't want any coffee. Or worse yet, you didn't go to Tammy Williams. You should have went to Tammy Williams. She's at the next table. Miss Williams, would you like some coffee? And she said, in fact, she's drinking some now. Miss Williams, would you like some coffee? And Miss Williams says, yes, I like some coffee. But you never asked Miss Williams because Daryl said he didn't want none. So that's what we call sorting, okay? And so we quit because you got somebody in the B class over there. Somebody in the E class, the employee mindset, that said no. There's a lot of people in the small business category that will say no because they are trying to make something work downtown on the corner at that store they have. And they can't see nothing more than that. Their whole world is that town they live in. Our whole world is the world we live in because of the type of business that we own. But it only costs $199. So it's easy to quit it. The good thing about it is it's only $199. The bad thing about it is easy to quit because it's only $199. So I know I'm running over time here, but I want you to understand the power of this business that you're in, and what you're in can free you up. Just talk to your daughter. I'm gonna say this, and I shouldn't. My daughter would be, I'm gonna say this, I guess I can. My youngest daughter, my first wife passed away. She passed away in San Francisco. She died at a concert there. And so I remarried, and I'm out in South Carolina. But my first wife, we had 4 kids, and one of my daughters was graduating from high school, and I was set to go to her graduation. But I had to go to a big event in Florida, and I had 40 or 50 people going to that event. Then they moved her graduation date. Something happened, I don't know what it was, but they moved her graduation date out to the next week, the next Saturday. The same Saturday I was supposed to be in Florida. So I talked to my daughter. I said, my daughter, listen here, I got to go to this event. And we sat down, we cut a deal, what she wanted. And I said, I'll get what you want, but I got to go to the event. Now her mama was mad as a firecracker with me. She didn't like that a bit. Anyway, long story short, I went to my event. My daughter and I are still tight, and we're tight because we cut a deal. It was a certain kind of car she wanted. And I got her the car. Okay. She wanted a certain kind of car, and I'll tell you, it's just kind of, I said, okay, you got it. I'll get the car for you. It was a BMW. So she got the car. And so I'm telling you, your kids aren't going to be that upset about you not being somewhere one day as you think they will be. Okay. So you got to say no to some people. In this case, it was a special day for her. She went on to college, graduated, and doing well. So my point that I want to pass on to everybody, make sure you got to look at it and say, am I an E? Am I trained to be an E? Is that all that I know? E? I'm an employee. No matter where I go, I'll always be an employee. What would I do if I was back in the slavery times? What if I would do if I was back building? What would I have done back there? Would I have been in? This is the time that we're living in now. It's a great time to be in ACN. It's a great time to be alive. Doing this industrial revolution gone, we're going into the information age. You got a site on the internet. You're with this big company that's expanding around the world, and everybody knows it but you. So, are you an employee? Do you come in this thing with an employee mindset? Did you come in this thing with a small business person's mindset? Did you really know that you're in the B category automatically when you sign that IBO agreement? You jump to the right-hand side of the page where you got a system that you can teach that will get you to wherever you want to go. Okay, somebody said it's not a get-rich-quick program, but then I heard one IBO he said this is a get-rich-quick system. I mean, we shouldn't say that. And I know this is probably being recorded. This is not a get-rich-quick, but if you never got rich and you got rich in 10 years with this, it was a get-rich-quick program. If you're gonna never get rich at an old boy's job, and it took you 15 years to get rich with this is a get-rich-quick program, because you weren't gonna get rich at old boy's job. So I don't know. You take it with you. If they kick me out tomorrow, you'll know it's because of this video right here. So anyway, with that said, I'd like to turn the floor back over to Al. I really appreciate your time. I hope you get a chance to go to Robert Kiyosaki anywhere on YouTube and get all his information. But let's learn, and learn how to run the system. The system is already created. Learn the system. Let's run the system. Let's work this system. Let's work the system. This thing can take more IBOs than we know. I talked to one of the major guys one time. He said they're putting in, their goal, their ultimate goal is to put in 20,000 IBOs a month. So we got at least say 100. Come on, y'all. If they're talking about 20,000, let each and every one of us look at what does it take to put 100 IBOs in a month. Now, the secret is, I just told you, you got to get people to an event. That's the secret. There is, get them in the business, get them to an event. Okay, get them to take a look at some people bigger and better than you. All right. So thank you very much. That's all I have for today. Al, I'm done.